Hey, Becca.
Yeah.
What about your Raiders?
Oh, jeez.
What about them yesterday? Did you see that?
I was at the most unlikely place, by the way. I was watching it at South Juniors.
Oh, I have.
Of all places.
Well, there you go.
I was doing cartwheels.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, the poor Newcastle Knights, you have to feel for them and their fans, got out to like a 22-point lead, and they couldn't catch the Raiders. It wasn't like the Knights were playing brilliantly. I mean, they were playing okay, but the Raiders just... Sometimes when you come up against sides that you're really supposed to beat easily and comfortably, your preparation's not that great, and they just looked like they had a pretty easy week and went in with the wrong attitude, and it was absolutely over.
Did you get the vibe with the Raiders that the plan is starting to come together?
Well, I did until yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, they were shocking in the first 40 minutes. I mean, they dropped a couple of balls with the line wide open, and their defence was really average. Because Newcastle have really struggled to foot it with anyone so far, especially in the last 6 or 8 weeks with the injuries and some of the people they've let go. And they came out and they were playing pretty well. But, the Raiders just weren't there at all. They put up no resistance. And then all of a sudden they hit the button at about the 60 minutes and came home, and it got to about 24 all. And then they went into extra time, the second half of extra time. One of the guys, Blake Austin, went for a field goal and mishit it. And then it bounced in the in-goal, bounced back, and good on young Rapana, the Raiders winger. He went through and caught the ball and took it off one of the Knights' defensive players and put it down and won the game.
Well, I missed the try.
It was incredible.
I had my head in my hands when he missed the field goal, and I completely missed the try.
Hey, Becca, you told us the story too that apparently Blake Austin gave a fan a lift to the game.
He did. He was on his way to Bruce Stadium, and he saw a lady in a bus shelter. Obviously, it's cold in Canberra. You could tell what everyone was wearing yesterday.
Yeah.
And she was wearing a Raiders jersey, so he pulled over and said, "Hey, hop in. I'll drive you to the game."
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a shame she just wanted to go shopping. But I'll tell you what it does do. I mean, we all know, we spoke to Todd Greenberg over the weekend, so Parramatta will supposedly lose their points this week. So it'll put the Raiders up in a 5th spot, you know. So, as you said, Mikey, they're thereabouts, and they've certainly got the potential if they can get it all together coming into the back end of the season. The other game, the other side that really stood up over the weekend was the Melbourne Storm. Their win against the Brisbane Broncos up at Suncorp Stadium, 48-6 on Friday night. It was astounding.
I love. Someone was interviewing Wayne Bennett, and he said, "What's wrong with the Broncos?" And he went, "We're not winning," and then just walked off.
Yeah, that's about all you can say at the moment about the Broncos. Yeah, they're a little bit lost.
A little bit lost, man, because they started the season with a bang. And it was like they picked up what they left off last year. You know, there's always the Origin stuff, but then again, they just
you know, the Melbourne Storm have got a couple of players at Origin as well, and so do the Cowboys. So I don't think you can use the Origin for an excuse. There's probably a reason when you can go through a part of the season and not perform as well as other times. But look, Wayne Bennett understands. I would imagine he's been in the competition longer than any other coach, and you can't play great for 30 weeks of the year if you're going to go into the finals.
I mean, didn't Wayne Bennett coach Dally M?
I think he played with Dally M.
I think he played with Dally M. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but Coach Clive Churchill.
But he and you know, I just kind of thought it was a little bit of a down period. He'd sort of taken the foot off the accelerator, let the team have a little bit of a rest through this period. But doesn't look like the case at the moment because they're not putting together the sort of performances that they're capable of, and they're a long way off the pace. And I don't know. I wouldn't write the Broncos off just yet, Mikey, but certainly they need to lift their game.
Well, they need to win the next 2, I reckon, at least, and then we'll know where we stand.
Yeah, well, the side's picked tonight with the State of Origin, and then for New South Wales, I mean, for the Broncos, they'll have a lot of players out this week again, so it's going to be probably hard for them to get back in the winner's circle. But the Origin's picked today for New South Wales for the 3rd game, not the dead rubber. We don't refer to the dead. It's an Origin, so it's the 3rd game at ANZ Stadium, and
also to Gal's last Origin game.
Yeah, Gal's last Origin game, and there might be a couple of the older guys that'll have their swan song Wednesday week, but a good opportunity for obviously New South Wales to blood some. I mean, we've put a lot of new guys in the system already. I think there's been about 11 guys come into the team this year and transition. So I think there'll be another couple of more coming in, and that'll probably be Wade Graham, who was picked for game 2, but unfortunately got suspended for absolutely nothing. And then James Tedesco. I think, Matty Moylan and James Tedesco are both great fullbacks, but I think the way that Teddy's playing at the moment, he's bashing down the door. They just can't keep him out.
Mate, you really can't. You really can't make an argument not to put him in these days, I reckon.
He's just got. It's a different game too than what Matt Moylan plays. He plays. He's such a dynamic runner of the football, Tedesco, and he makes so many line breaks. Whereas Matty Moylan He's still a good runner of the footy, but he sort of likes to link up in the back line and distribute as well. So he plays a different style, and I think it'll be really suited to Origin. So I think they'll move Matty back to probably the bench and give him maybe some time in the halves, and they might start Jack Bird in the centres. It's going to be interesting. The good thing for New South Wales is we've got so many good, young, talented players coming through. Maybe not in key positions, hooker and halves, we struggle a little bit, but in relation to, in the forwards and out wide,
out wide
we've just got a plethora of talented kids. It's exciting.